Hey guys, Ali here, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go to a really highly requested place. This is one of those places that I haven't covered, and I feel like there's like a fried chicken and burger shaped hole in my library of content. This is a really popular place within Manchester. These guys are called Straight Out of Nashville. I'm actually making my way there now, and I hope they have seating because I don't have a car today. So you guys are going to see this video if they have seating. So let's make our way there now. Let's check them out. Alright guys, so here we go. This is the famous Straight Out of Nashville. Let's go inside. Let's have a very quick look at the menu before we go in. So, little burger section there. The Jerry Heller, what's that? I'll look at it properly inside. But let's make our way inside. It's super cold and I'm very excited. Okay, so I'm sat inside. The brothers are nice enough to let me actually sit inside because I'm not in my car today. So here are some shots of the menu, guys. So they actually got some beef burgers, some chicken burgers. I hear the fries. I hear the loaded fries are some of the best in Manchester. So I'm looking forward to this. I've been told by so many people that the loaded fries are some of the best. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely try those as well. Okay, so the food is here. It's not often that I'm speechless. Let me show you why. So we've got this shroom burger. I'm not a fan of mushrooms, but that looks unreal. We've got a spicy chicken burger there, which looks crazy good. Then we've got the Jerry Heller. This is the one that everyone is telling me that I need to eat. So we've got some patties there, beef patties and chicken. And then we've got their standard double chicken burger. Sorry, double beef patty burger. And then the famous loaded fries. Oh, the amount of people that told me these are the best in Manchester is insane. So many people have told me these are amazing. I think what we're going to do is go for a burger first, seeing as there's so many of them here. Let's try, do you know what? Let's go for the standard double patty cheeseburger. Double patty burgers like this with cheese on are generally something that I eat outside of reviews, kind of my preference. But I'm going to hit each one of these burgers, so do make sure you stay around, especially for the loaded fries. Let's give this bad boy a go. Guys, that actually is one of the best burgers I think I have ever eaten in Manchester. I know it's the first item, but it's getting a Heyman dropped on it straight away, guys. There's actually 3 patties there. I said there were 2, there are actually 3. The beef itself has got such a lovely taste to it. Meat to fat ratio is perfect. 3 patties just works really well. They've got some onions in there, there's a little bit of gherkin in there. That is so flavorful and so tender and really juicy. It's hard to verbalize how almost like light that feels and tastes, because it's so easy on the bite, it's so flavorful. Unreal. I'm gonna move on because there's so much to talk about, but I could just gush over this for an hour. This is delicious. But we're gonna move on because we have to. There's lots to cover, but we're gonna go on to the actual chicken burger. This is essentially a spicy chicken burger, and they've given me some more sauce because they know that I love my sauce, but I'll try it as it is. Why have I not been here before, guys? That is incredibly tender, so moist. There's crispiness to that batter. It's got a good amount of spice. It's definitely not the spiciest chicken burger I've had, but I think too spicy is not a good thing. You want a balance of flavors. You can taste the seasoning in that. Good amount of salt, good amount of spice. If you want more chili, you can have it. But for me, I don't think I would add more. I think that's actually perfect as it is. I think I need to do a side-by-side with a couple of other places like Clacarito, but that very well could be my new favorite spicy chicken burger in Manchester. That might be the new king. Easily getting the highest of Heymans for sure. I feel like I wasn't prepared for this review. I came in, I knew these guys were popular, but the first 2 burgers have just blown me away. They were awesome. Very much deserved those Heymans. Some of the best chicken and beef burgers I've had anywhere, period. The next burger is essentially those 2 elements that I liked in the first 2 burgers combined. So we've got the patties and we've actually got the chicken. This is called the Jerry Heller. Generally, when it comes to sort of mixed burgers, I'm not a massive fan. I like to have chicken as chicken burgers, beef as beef burgers. I don't tend to mix. I tend to just stick to 1 animal. 1 animal is enough. Maybe I'll have turkey bacon, to possibly 2, but generally 1 animal is enough for me. But I'll give this a go. I'm not a mixing kind of guy. As you can see, that steam coming off, still piping hot. I don't like to mix burgers generally, but if you do like mixing burgers, you're not going to beat that one, I don't think. Probably one of the best ones I've had. You're going to struggle to find a better one for sure. Personally, what I would do is actually have the chicken and have the beef separately, but I know a lot of you guys are fans of mixing meats. If you are, this will probably be the best one that you have, I think, in Manchester, because it's got the elements of the first two that I love. Just before we move on to these loaded fries, I've heard so much about these. I'm just going to give a very quick shout out to these drinks. So this is actually fresh orange and mango and fresh orange. These guys have this fresh juice, which is pretty unique, I think, for a takeaway. You know, you're used to seeing like the Cokes, Diet Coke, stuff like that. And also, as it happens, they've got funky Fantas as well, so that's actually pretty good. With regards to their drink selection, that's really good. But I think I'm going to try the juices just because it's a little bit different, isn't it? You don't really see like fresh squeezed juice in a takeaway, really. That is so fresh, that's delicious. I never get that with a takeaway because it's never there, it's never an option. But try that. Try that. Push that. I'm so confused right now because I came in with expectations. I would say high, for sure, because I've heard a lot. But these guys have just like met them and then like completely surpassed them. I should have known that the beef would be really good as well as the chicken. They're known for the chicken, but these guys, one of the brothers here, he was one of the owners of Smashville. If you guys remember Smashville, one of the first places I reviewed back in the day in 2019, they made really big waves in the smash burger scene in Manchester. They're one of the early adopters. It was like Shakedown, Burgerism, and Smashville. As far as I know, they were like the big three, you know, back in the day. One of the brothers moved over here, started this place, and is just killing it. So really, really good burgers. Really, again, shout out to the juice, that was nice. But let's move on now to the loaded fries. Right, so let's see what the fuss is all about with these loaded fries. Let's see why everyone's telling me I should be getting these and should be eating these. So they look like skin-on fries with some carb chicken, some onions, some like cheese sauce, and their house sauce as well. I'm trying to be stingy with the Haymans because I want to find the best of the best of the best. These are the best loaded fries I have ever had, ever. These are unreal. These are unreal. The sauce, the house sauce is so good. Spicy, but it's complemented by the cheese sauce. The fries themselves are good. This chicken right here, I could just eat on its own. Absolutely nailed that. The balancing of the cheese sauce, the spice, the onions for acidity and crunch. Everything works so well in this box. Actually, a really good portion size too. Guys, I almost forgot about this. This is the shroom burger. So, same as the other burger in that it's got 3 patties, but this actually got some diced mushroom. Generally, I'm not really a fan of mushrooms, so I've kind of left this to the end. The patties are the predominant taste, so I bloody love it. They also have these like thinly sliced fried potato chips, which kind of add like a bit of a crunch. I just can't believe I've dropped 3 Haymans. I cannot believe it. But moving on now to the chicken tenders. These are dipped in their spicy sauce. And I hear that it's nice to have that with mayo. So their own mayo, their own spicy chicken tenders dipped in their own sauce. Let's give that a go. Good portion size. They're kind of chunky as well, so let's give that a go. I don't know why I spent so long to come here because this place is awesome. That has got to be one of the juiciest, most tender, well-flavored, well-spiced tenders I have had. I have no choice but to give that a hey man, because that's easily a 9 out of 10 tender. I kind of feel like I'm in the twilight zone. I've given away so many hey mans because this place has just earned it. It's just earned it. Fair is fair, impartiality is impartiality. I'm trying to be cheeky with the Haymans and not give them out too liberally, but man, it just deserves it. It deserves it, so I have to give it. The flavour on their actual spicy sauce is so well balanced. Some places like Miami's, I think it's a touch too spicy. Philadelphia, I think a touch too salty. Whilst I do prefer salt, that is a touch too salty for most people. Here, I think it's kind of nailed it. Perfect spicing, perfect salt, perfect seasoning. They've kind of nailed it, but they paired it with like a more of a gourmet piece of chicken. The tenders, delicious. The spicy chicken burger, delicious. It has much more of a gourmet taste and feel to it. Another quick shout out to this because that looked like such an advert, you know, when you see on TV. I just want to say, this is my 1 of 5 a day and I enjoyed this fresh mango orange juice by Kind of reminds me of being on holiday on the side of the road where they have like fresh juices and stuff. bonus round, guys. I feel super lucky because chatting to the owner here, lovely chap. He's thinking of introducing 2 new items, and he's actually just rustled them up for me because he's thinking of adding them over the course of the next week or 2. So this is an exclusive, never before seen. First thing I'm going to show you is the wrap, and then we've got a Philly cheesesteak. What they do is they use the same tender that I showed you earlier. So if it's that same tender, I'm going to like it, but they actually have a slightly different sauce in there as well. Much creamier. It kind of tastes a bit like a ranch. However, the tender's still got a lot of spice, so it's like spice and sweetness, creaminess kind of combined. Personally, I'm a burger guy, but I know a lot of you like wraps. If so, give it a go. Let me know what you think, because the same Heyman tenders are in here, but in a wrap, you know? Good amount of heat to that though. So second new item is that Philly cheesesteak. This looks really, really good. Touch messy, but awesome, all the same. Right, so we're working with a little bit of toasted bread, which is a nice touch. The actual sub itself's got really good texture to it. Lots and lots of steak in there. We've got some cheese sauce, some grilled onions. This looks good. It is big, it is messy, for sure. So I'm gonna do my best to not make a mess. I'm getting stuff everywhere. If I can just bring it to the camera for you guys, you get a bit of a perspective of how big it actually is. Really, really sizey. Give you some context on the size of the steak pieces inside. Kind of like a shredded steak inside, but it's soft, it's tender. The cheese sauce works really well, but I love the bread, and I love that it's toasted. It has almost like a tiny bit of like a fried bread kind of taste to it. So it's very indulgent, combined with the fatty beef and the cheese and the onion. Definitely lots and lots of meat in there. This is probably one of the only times I would say a little bit less meat would be nice. Or actually, eat some with a fork and then eat the rest. It just makes the eating experience better. But guys, overall, really, really good Philly sub steak. They're just refining the menu now. I'm gonna have a chat with them after this video, and this should be going live, I would imagine, 1 to 2 weeks after this video. I think that's roughly when the brother said it should be going live. But overall, give that a go. I know if you were to come here, you'd be thinking of maybe the chicken, maybe the burgers, but I think that's really, really worth a shot. There aren't too many halal Philly cheesesteaks that you can get, and even fewer really good ones, you know, this is a good one. Now, you guys know I'm not a massive fan of shakes, but these were really unique flavors, so I felt like I should try them, because I feel like a lot of you guys may benefit from that. So we've got white chocolate and raspberry, which is cool. However, they've got a salted caramel pretzel milkshake. Salted caramel pretzel milkshake. A bit of a mouthful that. I've not seen that anywhere. I'm pretty sure I've never seen that anywhere, so I thought I would try it. That's so unique because it tastes exactly like it's described. Salted caramel and pretzel. It's pretty good. I'm not a massive fan of shakes, but that's pretty tasty. White chocolate raspberry next. This is a little bit more conventional, I guess. I quite like that. Oddly, I thought I'd prefer this one. I think I prefer the raspberry. I like the raspberry and the white chocolate combination. Thought I'd just chuck them in for all the milkshake fans. I am so blown away by this place. Overall, as you could probably tell, I would highly recommend you try this place. Definitely one of the best beef burger places, one of the best chicken places, the best place for loaded fries, and now that Philly cheesesteak, once they've nailed that, that will be absolute perfection as well. So overall, really, really happily recommend you try these guys. What I'll do is I'll put their details, as always, in the description. There'll be a menu there, and there'll be the address details if you want to come here and pick your food up. But that does take me all the way to the end of my video. If you want to see another video, just click right here, and there's a playlist with some other videos in and around the Manchester area right here for you. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in that next video. Bye.